Hi everyone, welcome to another Terry Talk. This week, just read a really interesting report by Gallup coming out and saying that employee engagement has stagnated in the United States, sitting at about 33%. About 1/3 of the workforce is actually engaged, which sadly means about 2/3 of the workforce is not engaged, which is not a good thing. The quote from Jim Harder, he is the chief scientist, that's a great title, for workplace management and well-being at Gallup. He said that in 2023, that employees in the United States experienced more detachment from their employers, with less clear expectations, lower levels of satisfactions with their organization, and less connection to its mission and purpose than 4 years previously. So not all bad news, but the trajectory, not great. The number of disengaged employees has actually dropped, but this one's a little bit disconcerting. Our quiet quitters, those are what we often referred to previously as the quit and stayers or the presenteeism people. These are the people that show up but don't put in full work, that just aren't engaged. That's almost 50% of your workforce. So we add the two together, suggests that the workforce is not that terribly engaged right now. This is not good. Gallup, their research suggests that role clarity is at play here. The research we're doing here at ARIA suggests that it really comes down to the connection between the work and individuals' interest in the work. So still some room there, but regardless, we've got to get under the hood of this. Like, big deal, Terry. Who cares? Like, big deal. Well, if you're in London, southwestern Ontario, and I suspect it's no different anywhere else, but here this is some pretty epic data. The London and area, southwestern Ontario region is facing a shortage of around 1,000 manufacturing jobs, and that shortfall is predicted to continue to grow as new manufacturing comes online. The electric vehicle battery plant in St. Thomas and some other big ones that are coming online as well. This is big stuff. Dennis Darby, he's the chief executive of the Canadian Manufacturers and Exporters Association, said that there may not be enough folks for the shop floors across southwestern Ontario. The group projecting up to 18,000 workers may leave the Ontario manufacturing sector every year for the next 10 years. That's 180,000 people just leaving. That's huge. And just last year, or last third quarter of 2023, for which there's data, 18,900 job vacancies in the manufacturing sector. So you see a lot of these data points starting to align. So here's the rub. The war for talent is fierce, and you can't leave this to chance. You need to keep your folks engaged, else they're going to go across the street to your competitors. Turnover, hugely expensive, even more so now given the dearth of talent. There's not enough people around, and if somebody leaves, what used to take you short order to get a replacement because they were lined up outside the door, they're not there anymore. This is going to be a huge deal, a huge impact on your organization. So what can be done? Well, first of all, let's measure it. Let's measure our engagement. Don't just say, everything seems to be fine. Actually use scientifically validated, solid, reliable, validated tools. Yes, does Ari have one? Of course we do. Our employee pulse assessment, we've been doing it for years. Watch for your inboxes and for announcements around London's best places to work, where we actually use a subset of that tool to help identify current levels of engagement. Look to your leaders. How your leaders doing? A lot of leaders are under a tremendous amount of stress right now. Give them the tools and resources for them to do their jobs effectively. How about culture? Have you measured your culture? Have you determined your culture? Is that aligned with the folks that you're bringing into your organization? We can actually measure this, and we can be more planned and thoughtful about how we approach culture. Developing your folks. What do they need? What do they want? What's in their wheelhouse? Don't just let them languish on the shop floor. Continue to grow and develop them. Involve them. As we say here, it's a rallying call at ARIA. One size fits one, not one size fits all. So You got to keep that in mind. Bottom line, you need a plan, and you need to execute that plan. If you need help with a plan on how to keep your folks engaged, reach out to us. Reach out to your favorite consultant that can help you build this. It's not for the faint at heart. We got to get engagement numbers up, else we're going to see a lot of people leaving our organizations. Not going to be good. It's going to be very, very expensive. We can't leave this to chance. As always, love to hear your thoughts on this. Give us a shout. Drop us a note down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you again soon.